Hi, my name is Kenza, and I started an online platform called Mind Over Meta, where basically I'm interviewing different entrepreneurs to get their insights on the business world. So, can you tell me your name and what you do?
My name is Ebony Noir, and I am an international innovation business strategist.
So, I just started this platform to get the real stories behind entrepreneurship and highlight the real successes and failures to give young entrepreneurs like myself better insight into how it works. So I'm just gonna ask you a series of questions and just answer however you can. So what was the very first idea or project you tried, and did it succeed? Did it fail? How did it work?
Okay, so technically, this is the very first one. I was in the third grade.
Oh my God.
I wanted to make extra money. My parents had gotten divorced, and I kind of watched my mom's income change, and I just wanted the kind of freedom that I had when they were married. And so I instantly met a neighbor who kind of did this iron-on t-shirt thing. She had a concept and a vision for it. She was like, I just need you to go to school to your friends and sell it. And she showed it to me, and these little shirt designs, and I was like, yeah, we don't wear that. And so I helped her rethink the entire thing. At the time, like say now, Bluey is that little cartoon Bluey.
Yeah.
Back then it was Scotty Dollar and the Smurfs. That's showing my age. But so I had her print out the right stuff and iron on the right things and puff paint some shoes and change up the shoelace
In the third
colors.
grade?
Yes. And
so you were an entrepreneur from the start.
Literally. After that, she made about $280 in sales, which that doesn't really sound like much, but we were charging like $10.
Yeah.
Right? So that's about 28 sales where I wore the clothes, was able to get my peers.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I want that. And I'm like, here, made a little order form and everything.
Oh my God.
Had them cut the checks to the lady, and she gave me $2.80. And that's when
from the whole thing.
That's literally when the businesswoman in me arrived. I was really young, just kind of like, whoa, wait. And I think I would have been okay with like $10, but $2.80.
Yeah,
and it took like a week to produce it and puff paint all the shoes and stuff. And so I officially cut out that middleman because I knew I had the idea and I had the customers.
Yeah.
She was just the in between.
What would she do and what would you do?
She was buying the shirts and the puff paint, anything basically I explained to her that I needed, and she would help me create some of it. Most of it, she was like, okay, iron it on, paint it up. I did like 90% of it, but I was so happy to do it. Something other than homework at that time. And after that moment, I officially started my own little business. I kept going with that same model of merchandise, and I also was the candy girl.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Yeah, so I'd gone to Sam's Club in the US, and I was speaking through my red, right? What is the principal going to say? What are the teachers going to say? And so I didn't do chocolates. I didn't do anything with bubble gum.
That makes sense.
Super sugary, because I didn't want to go to the principal's office, and I found these vitamin suckers, different colors. Went to school, sold them for $0.25. I was like almost out before first period was over. And so the next day I went back, doubled the price to 50 cents, and I made it through the entire day and sold all my merchandise. And that's literally how I got my start. By the fifth grade, I had $900 in the bank. By the time I graduated,
the fifth grade?
Yeah. By the time I graduated high school, I was 18, almost 19, and I had $19,000 in the bank from just kind of sticking with entrepreneurship and having something to do for myself. And then I built my first house, and it was hard.
Where did you go to?
In Denton, Texas. That's like right outside of Dallas.
That's so interesting.
I know,
so
right?
From a young age, you started straight away.
Yeah.
And how did you finally arrive at what you're doing today? And like, how did you get there?
Keeping on that path, realizing that I had a knack naturally. Like, I'd be in the grocery store looking at cereal boxes, and I'd be like, why did they name it that? Or why did they, just seeing the visuals of things and realizing I had an opinion on how they could do it better.
Yeah.
And then just
like, you're always thinking of how you could improve different things.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Listening to jingles on soda songs, and then I'm like, oh yeah, they threw hip hop beats. They're trying to get to this market or that market. And I honestly didn't realize entrepreneurship wasn't a thing in the US until I want to say around 2009, 2010. It wasn't even really promoted. The track was what every parent said is you go to school, you pay attention, you make good grades, you go to college. Like that was the only
path that was like ideal for everyone
for success. Anything else, it was like, unless you were a supreme athlete, tennis, football, basketball, or you went into the military. And I knew the military wasn't for me. I ran track, but wasn't that good.
Were you good at it?
I would come like second sometimes third, 4x4 relays, but I didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
I enjoyed the teamwork of it, but I didn't like suffering the consequences when one of my teammates didn't do their best.
Yeah.
Right? And so it was around that time I just kind of figured out like,
I'm a businesswoman.
Yeah, and I was like, there's got to be another way. And so I come from two military, very like go to school, there's no other way parents. And so no one supported the journey I was on, but I was like, I'm going to figure it out. And so I did get a job.
What did you do?
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming. I got married when I was 20.
Okay.
And I was in the interview process, and the lady's name is Loretta Lucero. I'll never forget her, because when we were just going through the interview, I just naturally had questions, and I don't think people go into interviews and have questions. You're normally like, yes, I'm the ideal candidate. Yes, I'm be on time.
Like you were interested. You had curiosity.
I had real life, like, well, how does this work? Well, why would you do it that way?
Yeah.
And she loved the way I questioned things. And in the middle of the interview, she was like, you're hired, but not for customer service representative. And I was like, oh, okay, what other position was there? And she was like, I'm making it up right now. Management and training. And I was like, she's like, MIT. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I'm just going to sit you with every single department. And she meant that. I sat with the janitors. I sat with reception, the nurses, the caseworkers. I sat with customer service every week for the whole week.
Did you enjoy it?
No. For the first 3 weeks, I thought it was just some awful, awful punishment from God. I was like, what did I do to deserve? I would leave work like almost walking home, just like face in my hands, just ready to cry. But I could tell something was at play. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to suck it up and deal with it. But on my third week, I went through the mailroom. I went through the caseworkers and one other department. It's funny, I don't remember now. And each week she'd be like, what'd you learn? And I'd be like, nothing. Just, well, not nothing, but you know, the ins and outs of this. And she was like, is any dots connecting? And I was like, no,
not at all.
Kept doing that. Third weekend, she was like, what did you learn? Are any dots connecting? I said, well, I think that case management and the nurses shouldn't be on two separate floors. They don't do the same things, but it's so complementing that having to deal with email, if they could just be on the same floor talking, passing, I think it would go a lot faster. And I think if the mailroom could tag these types of claims, I said, I don't know, like a sticky note, a highlighter, and then it routes faster. I said it would slow down customer service calls. And she was like, keep coming. And then it dawned on me like that I had this ability to kind of solve and see and pattern and organize. I still don't know, but I was still working.
Yeah.
I got a divorce and moved to Houston, Texas, and then worked for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas.
Okay.
And she called the Texas people when they were looking for a group accounts coordinator, a brand new position, because University of Texas was a client, $1 billion client, and we were about to lose it.
Oh my goodness.
And they just needed somebody to kind of go in, meet with the people, find out what the problems were, and fix it. She was like, hire Ebony. Get her out of whatever position you have her in, get Ebony. And so I'm 22 with 9 cities under my belt, and I did it in 9 months. Like I fixed and cleaned up that whole thing. So much so that once it was cleaned up and the contract was re-signed for 5 years, they were like, okay, we're done. And I literally didn't have a job after that. And I was like,
they fired you?
They didn't fire me. They were just like, what department do you want to go to now? Like, not this job. Like, this job's over. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like now either go to work or be this customer service person or whatever.
And you didn't want to do that?
No. And I didn't have the degrees for anything higher up, any management. And so, and I remember doing that job for them and realizing like it didn't take 40 hours a week. It just didn't.
Yeah.
I thought.
And you enjoyed the other job way more.
Way more. I was traveling. I was meeting in front of sales teams. I was dealing with the customer like directly.
Yeah. That makes so much more sense. Like I feel like as a businesswoman, you would not want to be sitting in customer service or like in the reception.
Just that same exact environment every day alone would have been a slow death. And so I also thought through the fact that I was sure Blue Cross has competitors. I don't even think they're in business now, but Aetna at the time, United Healthcare. And I remember thinking, like, I'm sure they have similar issues. And I felt like it could take me a day, maybe 2 days to finish their problems. And I was like, I could layer on a couple more companies and double, triple my salary. And so just thinking like a businesswoman.
Thinking like how you could always do more.
Yeah. But I still, no framework for what I'm thinking or what I'm doing.
Ideas that are generating. And like, not only to help you and generate more revenue, but like also like to impact the community.
Absolutely. And just take up my time. Like to be done with a work week in 2 days. Yeah. Like, well, what else are you going to do today?
What are like...
Yeah. So
like I'm the type of person that always wants to be doing something like at all times. Like I need to keep myself busy, like doing homework or sports or something like that. Like I wouldn't
productive. Yeah, I'm the same way. That's how I know. Even this podcast and your interest in interviewing people like that, it speaks so much to your future. And I think it's really exciting to be young and to have a clue on what your wheelhouse is. Yeah. People go 20, 30, 40 years old and they don't know the direction. They don't know their purpose in it. And I just don't know what that feels like. I'm disheartened for those people. But then I'm super impressed when I see people that are like, I belong in that ocean. I'm this kind of shark and I like that kind of water. And I'm like, go get it.
So what are you doing today now?
Okay, so I am a tech founder.
Oh my God, so you switched kind of.
No. Okay, so after the divorce, became a consultant to various small businesses, just kind of, what are your problems? I'll solve them. And then that wasn't that hard because just the same way the lady from Wyoming recommended me to the people of Texas. Once you do a good job, all those people in Texas were
they all want you.
Ebony, I have a friend who does this. Can you help them? And so by referral, I didn't have a website. I didn't have a business card for years, but I had a steady flow of clients. But then once I started having kids, I have 5.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
Are they young?
No, they're all in college.
Oh my God. Where are they?
UTSA. I have 2 at UTSA. My son and my daughter, my youngest 2. And then my adopted son is in Dallas.
Oh my God, you have an adopted son? That's
yes,
so cute.
He's, I was his 13th foster mom. And then the first one to adopt him. He was terminally ill. When he was 9, a kidney got removed. And, the system, he'd get a foster mom, but he was on 28 medications, really, really thin, very restricted diet, and a bit defiant from just being in the system and kind of being jumped around.
So it's such a hard,
and so I actually was consulting with the company that placed him.
Okay.
And when I met him, trying to get him a new mom, I literally fell in love, but I was thinking to myself, don't do it. You have 4 kids, don't do it. Just place him somewhere. So I placed him with 2 more moms. And they were both like, I can't. It's too much. He's too much. And so we either had to keep him or refer him to another agency. And I was like, I can do it. I can do it.
And you did it.
And I felt God telling me, like, get it done. And I'm like, well, wait, what's going to happen to all these clients? I used to travel to China and do work. And I was like, because he was so sick that his court ordered that it's called arm's length apart. I couldn't be further than that from him. Because he had seizures. I mean, he was,
oh my God.
He went to dialysis 3 times a week.
At what age was he when you adopted?
He was 15. Okay. He turned 16 like 6 days after I became his foster mom. I adopted him right before he turned 18.
And how long ago?
Let's see. Well, that's a great question. I think it was 2020.
Oh, okay. Not long ago at all.
Well, no, it was before 2020 because COVID hit and I already had him. So 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he got his kidney 2 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
that must have been such like a good feeling.
Because he had a brother. He wasn't a biological brother, but we call him a foster brother who had the exact same diagnosis. They went to dialysis together. He died last year because you can only be on dialysis so long and your body just tanks out. So I knew when I got him, I'm like, I got to figure this out. He's got to gain 15 pounds. We got to get him off of 28 meds. We got to get him out of seizures and hurry up and get him on the transplant list or he's going to die. And my only negotiating factor with God was like, please get me to the finish line on this because I don't want to bury him. I don't think I could survive.
That's the most horrible thing. Like,
you shouldn't bury your kid.
And how is he now?
Girl, awesome. He called me 2 days ago. You know, because he was a foster kid at first, so very like, you can't tell me, just very typical teenager, but with a
And especially it's so hard to be like moved around like at a teenage, like when you're a teenager, like when you're young, obviously it's so different because you don't really know what's going on. But when you're 15, 16, like it's so hard on like a kid.
It was really important for me to make sure he had his own room. And you know what's funny? When I met him, he instantly gelled with my kids. His mother had the exact same dynamic. We're the same age, but the court ordered her away. But he was happy to be in the family, but then he was like, I'm not special. I'm not smart like this one, or fast like this one, or a bookworm like this one. And I taught him the colors, and he's a red.
Oh my God.
And I was like, no, this is your value. This is what you bring. You will be amazing at this and this and this and this. And so, but he called the other day, and he's got his own place, and his older brother stays with him, and he's finding himself paying the bills, and brother like, oh, I'll pay you back, but he doesn't. And now he's on my cell phone, and he's like, Mom, I feel like you. He was like, I said, what do you mean? He was like, just watching someone that could do more and could do better, and they're just not. He said, what you used to tell me, pick up your oar and row the boat. And I was like, you get it now. And he was like, I'm so sorry, I was such a ass. And I was like, you weren't. You were a teenager. You were absolutely allowed to grow up. And I'm just so delighted to see that you get it now.
No, he has more understanding.
Yeah, and he has siblings, so I'm in touch with them too. I let them refer to me as Mom. I love him, so I love whatever is attached to him. And then they have some kids, so I'm Grandma instead of Grandma. I love it. But so I digress. So 5 kids, 4 biologically, but they're all in the States. One's in Florida, and then the other 4 in Texas. Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio.
Okay. And so back to what we were saying, what is your current?
So once they graduated, because I had Jacob, I kind of had to shut everything down. And so honestly, it became really hard for me. Just the me that needs to kind of go and always be on the go. It felt productive and purposeful, like, oh, I'm just sustaining someone's life. But then just personally, I felt stagnated. And
that makes sense though.
I told the kids, like, as soon as they graduated, I was like, I'm gonna get back on my international track, start my businesses all over the world, and just really pour into me. And so that's what I've been doing.
So that's amazing. And do you love what you're doing? I'm sure.
I wouldn't trade it in for anything. Started a business in Spain, started one in Africa. Here, I was gonna do my tech glasses. When I got certified in innovation at those colors at Georgia State, part of our, you made it, get your certifications. We had to innovate a brand new idea. And
so what you produce, like what's the product?
Well, I can't talk too much about it, but let's put it this way. The challenge
is it not like out yet?
No, I got accepted into a government cohort in Abu Dhabi.
Oh my!
And it starts in September. So they take me from where I am to MVP to market. And then I got accepted to another program here in Dubai that starts, I haven't accepted it. I'm looking at the resources they provide, but the idea was to innovate art. And that's such a broad concept, but they taught us the process of innovation. And I knew then in 2014, we still had flip phones. But I knew then that whatever the solution was, once I went all the way through it, I was like, you got to wear it on your face. And I was like, so it's glasses. And I was like, when you look through, you see these things, and somehow there's going to be something on the building. And my instructors were wildly impressed with me, and they pulled me aside.
I would be also.
They were like, we need to introduce you to the Google team. They're working on tech glasses. And I was like, glasses are really going to be a thing? And they were like, absolutely. And I was like, what? But I had adopted my son a year later, so I couldn't finish that project. And here we are, 12 years later, and while tech glasses are on the market, my idea that I prototyped is still not there. And so I'm like, let's go. There's still room.
That's such a good feeling, isn't it? Yeah. So another question I have is, many people, especially younger people, only see the highlights and the successes in different entrepreneurs and in their careers. So what was one failure that you faced across all of your years? And how did it shape you into the person you are now?
I think the biggest failure that most entrepreneurs make is just not having a plan and updating it often.
Okay.
I'm such a visionary.
Yeah.
That I'm like, we're going there, but there's 1,000 steps between here and there. And after you make 10 steps, sometimes you have to recalibrate for your next 10 steps.
No, that makes
sense.
sense.
You don't consciously do that in every area, in your budget, in your energy, in your capacity.
Yeah.
You can shoot for the hills and land literally in the
on
sand.
The floor, yeah.
And that's something that I kept having to kind of reset myself with. And then now I get it. Like I all the way get it. But you know, I'm old too now. So
you don't look old.
Age goes in there somehow.
And was there ever a point where you almost gave up? And like what kept you going?
No.
Never.
Two things. I value my freedom so much.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something about being in the workforce, not every position. Because like I said, the Blue Cross company, I had a lot of freedom. I traveled to all these different states. I made my own schedule. I'm on the plane, but there was still a restriction. There was still I have to.
I'm also like that. I feel like I wouldn't want to work really in like a company like that. Yeah.
Well, in one of my firstborn, he was going to kindergarten. You know, he's 4, and I'm having to ask for time off. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh no, Sally, she has seniority. She's gonna get the day off to like do nothing. And I'm like, but my kid turns 4 once. He goes to the 4th.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized I was like, I can't do this. I can't mother may I to live my life. And so what keeps me going is the fact that like freedom is probably my biggest thing in life.
So another question I was gonna ask, if you had to take 3 words to describe entrepreneurship, business, like what people should value when they think they want to go into that field, what would you say? 3 words, 3 strong words.
Accountability.
Okay.
There's no passing the bucket in entrepreneurship. It starts and stops with you. You can't shift it off to anybody. You can't name blame or you won't succeed. Mm-hmm. Resilience. Yeah. There's so much.
Another interview that I had said resilience also.
Yeah. And if you're thin-skinned and, you know, you can't just, it'll tank you out quick. And then just a strong amount of ambition. Like something inside driving you. Like just it's like
if you don't like what you're doing and you don't have a goal, then it's such like a horrible feeling. Like if you just have to go to work every day and you don't like what you're doing.
So you nailed what keeps me out of the job market. I definitely remember in that time that I had Jacob, finances getting low because I couldn't move the way I moved. I couldn't speak. I couldn't travel. And you know, all my friends were like, get a job. My job is hiring. Ebony, you know, they'll love you. They'll take you. I can get you. And I was just like, oh, I would honestly rather get every eyelash plucked from my face slowly or give blood drop by drop by drop than like go work for somebody. I was like, I will figure this out. And that's what keeps.
That's such a strong, like, that's such a, like your passion for it really like sticks out.
Thank you. Yours too.
Thank you. Okay, one of my last few questions is if a young entrepreneur had a big idea and wanted to start a business or startup, what would you suggest their first steps be?
Due diligence. Tons of research. It's so important to know
exactly what you're doing and how
I've got
to do
this
it.
idea. Great. Are you the only one? Where else does this exist? Who's doing it like you? And that's not, I mean, you can have 20 competitors. Think of McDonald's.
Just make yours better.
Right. You have to have a differentiating factor. What problem are you really solving? And is it a problem that you see or is it a general problem?
Yeah.
I think as long as you have that in mind, and you're not just trying to make money, that's going to be so short-lived.
Yeah, I feel like that's the worst type of like, if you're not thinking of the broader impact and how it can help the world and the people around you, and if it's just focused on how can I make money and how can I be the richest, like that's such like a easy way to tank yourself.
Easy. Yeah, it's short-sighted and it's temporary. That will absolutely end and come to an end. 'Cause no market stays just thriving forever. It has its ups and downs. And so you've got to be okay with that.
And is there someone in your life, in the business world, that's really inspired you to take your business to the next level?
Honestly, your dad. So seriously, I arrived in Dubai in late November. I was in Europe, in Milan with the LVMA project.
I did a summer camp in Milan last
Girl,
summer.
did you love it?
I did Bocconi. I did digital marketing and fashion luxury. And like, I loved it. I had the best time ever, and the courses were so much fun, and I learned so much, and I like combined like both, like everything I was learning from both courses. And like I wanted to, and now I'm so into like fashion marketing, like a mixture of both of them.
We really got to talk offline. The world is so open, and Milan is perfect for that.
I love that. I love the city.
Perfect brand, and they need young talent. They are recently their stocks are down like 90%. I mean, it's still in the billions, right? So how bad is that? But for stakeholders, that's particularly bad, and it's a trend director. But that's exciting. So I was in Milan, and I finished my project, but I was like, I'm just gonna stay in Duomo, Monteplion. I'm just gonna shop and ciao bella, you know, just all of what comes with it. But then it got really, really cold, and I said, I'm coming to Dubai, crypto conference. I was a speaker there, and then I got Dubai. I'm 3 days in, and everything was so inspiring. Everything felt like innovation. And then I was walking along the beach, and I saw the cove, and literally
this is how you came here?
Girl, literally something drew me. Like I took my mom last night to show her where I'd walked from way down near blah blah, and
oh my goodness,
that I was just walking late at night, just wanted to be to myself and reflect on everything. And once I walked past this, I just kind of stopped, and I was like, what is this? Where am I at? Like, what am I feeling? There was a whole feeling that came with it. And one of the little guys, I think his name is Brian, he walked up to me, and he was like, he's super kind, total yellow. And he's like, yeah, no, we're a private bleach club, da, da, da. And so I'm thinking about my activations, right? The brand things that I do. And I'm like, oh gosh, I see a fashion show on the water. I see this, I see that. And he's like, you should talk to the floor manager. So he sets it up for me to talk to Ariel, and he's like, I'm so excited, because my excitement was in there. And then I talked to him, and he's like, you need to talk to the GM. So then I set up the meeting with the GM, and each person that met me, once I explained who I was, they were like, Adal will love you. No, Adal will love you.
Okay.
Your brain, how you think.
You guys are so similar.
That's what they said. They were like, you got to meet him. You know, he's the partner here, blah, blah, blah. And so I finally met with marketing Brandon, and he halfway through.
I love marketing. I want to do it.
You oughta.
I like it. Even though they're so different, marketing and like fashion marketing and then finance are two things that I really like. I did a Wharton course 2 weeks ago, and I like never really thought that I'd want to do finance before. And then after, like, I was so interested in like private equity, and like I was so interested in it, and like I even won like over the summer they gifted me a course, like a finance course over the summer, like a Wharton course.
That is fantastic. So listen, very, very not known about me, but for about maybe 5 years, it's complicated to explain the season in my life that this existed, but I did get licensed, my Series 6, 63, to be a financial advisor.
Oh my God. You're all over.
Now, I had the same thing. Once I got into business and started helping clients, and then started learning finance, I wanted to know more. And I was surprised, because I was like, how do those go together? But I loved it. But the paperwork side of it, the constant certifications on the side I was on, I knew it wasn't going to be forever, but I wanted that understanding how to build wealth globally, how the inverse relationships with stock markets, how world tragedies seem tragic to everybody, but someone's making money. I wanted that knowledge under my belt to kind of give me a well-roundedness.
Wait, I'm curious. So then you went to my dad, and then you guys that's so funny that you just walked on the beach.
I literally met him after he went to Saudi. He came back, and they were like, he'll be here Friday. Come back Friday. You got to kind of catch him. Everybody and their mom wants to meet him. And so I waited patiently, hours upon hours. But this is such a vibe, right? So it's like waiting was no problem. And then finally I got the introduction. And I think within 10 minutes of the intro, he was like, you are so interesting. I'm like, no, you. And I know it could seem like flattery, but I love his brain, what he was on, and I couldn't get all of it. But then when I realized how large he is on the international business side, I was like, oh my God. I honestly,
It's where I got my
Girl.
passion from.
Girl, I honestly had never met, and I've met a lot of people, but he's so far gone with his ability to, in my opinion, filter through all the colors. Like I see his green visionary side is in some of his dress, but then I hear that blue side, let's get to the money. And then I hear his yellow side with the people and his staff and how well he manages long-term relationships, but also hear when he talks to me, he's like, let's put this in order. I have this question, 1, 2, and I'm like, a natural innovator, you know? And so, yeah, that was like, I think now we're at a week. Yeah, I got invited to the table and I was just so honored. Of course, you have to make money, and of course, you know, I'm going to do the contract thing, but the real payoff is being around someone that can feed your soul in a way that you don't even understand. Just watching how he moves and finesses through all his colors. He's just a modern day innovator. And then the place is so cool. His office is like, this is my office. And I'm like, it's so perfect for a green. You got the beach, you got people, you got open air. I could come to perceivable work every day.
I could come to work every day if I was
no problem.
Okay, my last and final question is, do you think artificial intelligence or AI has a role in your business? Do you think it could help you, benefit you? Do you think it could take away from you? Do you think it could take over you? Like, what role do you think it has in your soon?
So I hope you go to aicolorsagency.com. So I have a business development firm that's international called Astute Innovations. And then I have a AI marketing firm.
Okay.
And so I got certified in a bunch of courses. I took a lot of beta classes. And I am a lover of ethical AI.
Yeah, me too.
I do see the harm it's going to do long term, but not the people, to the planet.
Yeah, because so many jobs are just gone.
Yeah, the 2025 jobs report was so telling. I've told everybody, I'm like, read the report. You're going to see all that AI takes over, but then the growth of what AI brings. And I just honestly think it's going to have humans operating at a higher capacity, and the machine does the rote work. But on a nature impact level, the data centers that are necessary to be created for AI to run take tons of water. So at some point, it's going to be the machines versus humans on water. That's probably the only pain point I have with it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then do you think it could benefit your business?
Yeah, I totally use it on everything.
Okay.
Like literally creating databases right now.
It's so efficient. If it's used properly and carefully, I feel like it would be such a useful.
So what are your favorite tools?
ChatGPT.
So I want to tell you, I want you to try something. Try something. Okay. Try Claude. Try Perplexity.
I love Perplexity.
Gemini. And then try my favorite one. It's slipping my brain right now. Gosh, I use it every day. But there's like 8 really good, strong ones out there. Give it the exact same prompt, like copy, cut, paste the exact same prompt. And when it responds, you're going to see like you have 8 different friends.
Oh my goodness.
One's very research, one's very logical, one's very broad. And so you got to know like which AI to use for what.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I learned so much, and I'm so interested about everything that you're doing, and I actually like aspire to be like this. So thank you so much for
You're so sweet. You're so
time.
welcome. You guys stay tuned. She's going places. You heard it here first. She's going places.
Thank you.